What is title insurance? My name is Michael Wallace with Wallace Real Estate Solutions. In this video, I'm going to dive deeper into a subject that I briefly addressed in my quick guide series on how to buy a home. Title insurance. What is it and why do you need it? Title insurance is often one of the least understood parts of the home buying process. Years ago, I started and ran a title insurance agency in New York, and I found that many people outside the business had little idea what it was until they bought a home. By the end of this video, you'll have a much better understanding as to what title insurance is, why you need it, and what could happen if you do not have it. Title insurance is insurance that you pay one time at your closing to make sure that the seller has legal title to the property they're selling you, and that all of the liens against the property are paid off or settled. The title insurance company is the actual insurer of your title policy, but in many cases the policy is issued and much of the work is done through an authorized agent. These agents are also known as abstract companies, or often referred to as the title company as well. In New York, the rates are set by the state, so the premium costs are the same whether you go through an agent or the title insurer directly. The title company or agent performs the following services to produce your title report. First, they order or produce an abstract of title or title search done by a title examiner, which is how I started in the business. Historically, the search was done at the county clerk or recorder's office where the public records are filed. Today, depending on how your county handles their public records, much of this may be done online. The abstract or title search includes researching the chain of title to make sure that all the transfers of title, whether it be by deed, through a transfer through an estate, or another legal process such as a foreclosure, were done legally so that the seller has clear and marketable title to the property. For example, if the property was transferred through an estate, the examiner would search the surrogate's court to see if the deceased owner had a will probated through the surrogate's court. If so, they would check and make sure that all the heirs were notified and waived their rights to challenge the will. If an heir was not served or did not waive their rights, they could possibly make a claim to the title. If the examiner missed anything, you would be covered through your title insurance policy. The examiner would also check the file maps and tax maps for the property and make sure that the legal description of property is correct and consistent throughout the chain of title. Next, the title examiner does a search to see what mortgages are on the property and turn out any open mortgages of record. This could include mortgages that were paid off but not satisfied in the public record. It is the responsibility of the seller, if they're paid off a prior mortgage, to obtain the satisfaction from their lender. If it was a mortgage from a prior owner that was paid off when they purchased the property, the owner's title insurance policy would clear that exception. Finally, the examiner will run judgments and liens against the names of the owners of the property and the buyers for the lender's purpose. Any liens against those names would be turned out, put in the report, and it is the responsibility of each party to either satisfy them or prove to the satisfaction of the title company that it was not against them personally. This can be done through an affidavit. The title examiner puts all of this information together into an abstract report and submits it to the company. At the same time the abstract is being done, the departmental searches are ordered internally or through outside service providers at the request of the client. These include real estate tax searches, certificate of occupancy searches, and any other searches of government records common to the area where you're buying your home. If there are any existing surveys on the property, they could be asked to do a survey inspection or order a new survey if requested. The survey will show the legal boundaries of the property. Any improvements, such as the house or fence lines, is important to make sure that there are no encroachments on the property, which could raise title questions as to who is in possession of part of the property. For example, if a neighbor had a fence that was encroached 5 feet over your property line, depending on how long they had possession, under the law in your state, they could make a claim of ownership through what is known as adverse possession. If this is an issue for your property, it is something that you should be addressed with your title company or attorney. The abstract Departmental searches and property survey are reviewed by the company's reader, who does a write-up of how the title should be certified in the title report. If there are any issues that need to be addressed to clear up the chain of title, they are raised in the title report. The reader also reviews the legal description, covenants and restrictions, easements, mortgages, judgments, or other liens that may be on the property. From the reader's write-up, the company prepares the title report, which is issued to the buyers, sellers, and lenders' attorneys. At this point, the attorneys work with the title company to clear up any exceptions in the title report that need to be cleared to issue an insurable title policy. For example, judgments or liens against the seller would have to be paid off. As I had mentioned earlier, there may be an old mortgage or lien that should have been cleared up by the prior title company, and that would be addressed by the seller's attorney with that company. Your lender will require you to buy title insurance for them as a condition for giving you your mortgage. In downstate New York, a title closer will be present at your closing to help clear up any outstanding title conditions and handle the payoffs of any existing mortgages or liens on the property. The title company takes the closing documents and records them in the county clerk's or recorder's office, so the ownership of your property is legal and a matter of public record. Your new title insurance policy will disclose any liens on the property, such as your new mortgage, a legal description, any easements, covenants, and restrictions of use on your property. Your policy will cover you from any errors in the chain of title, any misjudgments or liens, which you could be responsible for if you did not have title insurance. I hope this clears up many of the questions that you may have had about title insurance. If this video was helpful to you, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Be sure to check out my quick guide series on how to buy a home, which will give you a quick and concise overview of the whole home buying process. Since the way the title insurance and the closing process is different around the country, I would be happy to get you the answer to your questions you may have about title insurance where you're buying a home. Please reach out to me. Thank you, and I wish you all the best.